hips. So today I'm going to be talking about how I miss my husband and friendships and loneliness in motherhood, because it's something that's been on my mind. I'm doing it whilst we're having breakfast because I've been wanting to do this for a while and I just haven't had the chance. So I'm hoping I can entertain her with food whilst I talk. We've got on the menu today, it's the first time trying toast. So I've just got a bit of toast with butter, some like cheesy potato and beans, and some oranges, which she absolutely loves. But we're going to start with cheesy beans. And then I've just got a chocolate protein shake, but I made it myself. So it's like banana protein with the banana oats and then cocoa powder. But I'm using this new glass and I'm having to work really hard for it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. And it's vegan protein. Disgusting. It tastes horrible. Okay. So I really miss my husband. I live with him. We're happily married. Yes, we are. We are. Oh, sorry, my daughter is farting. We're happily married. We live together. He's only in the office 3 days a week. So we've literally got so many luxuries like that. And there's nothing to complain about. But the problem that we have is he's so busy at the moment. December, January, he was so busy. So we didn't really get a Christmas, we had Christmas Day together. And then like Boxing Day, and that's it. And January is also the same. His work's really busy. And I just feel like we're passing ships in the night, and it's so depressing and so sad. And I love my husband more than I ever have at the moment. And yet we never get to see each other. And I'm like, insert joke about how never seeing your husband makes you happy in a relationship. But the issue that I have is I just feel sad, and like now what I'm doing is I save my whole weekend just for time us three, and I don't want to see anybody else because I never see my husband. I never get to spend time with him, and if I'm with other people then I never get to spend quality time with him because I'm distracted and I'm talking to other people and I give them my full attention and I don't give my husband my full attention. So I'm a bit wheezy today, which is unusual. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. And I think a lot of women face this. And I wanted to talk about it because this is my little corner of the internet where I vent. And it's like my own therapy. But at the same time, I see it with loads of other mums. Like their husbands, they work even harder when they start to have children because, and I'm not just talking about husbands, it could be boyfriends. You don't have to be married, but I have a husband, so I'm going to talk about husbands. And you don't have to be married. You don't even have to be in a long-term relationship. But if you have a baby together, husbands seem to think, or partners seem to think that like they need to work really hard, they need to earn more money, all of that. And like, yes, I do totally see that. Like, we don't see a massive difference at the moment, at this stage of her life. No, we don't. In terms of like expenditure, like we're not spending more money. There's a brief period at the beginning where you're like buying cots and buying clothes and buying foodstuffs and get in there. No, mum. And the orange is nicer. How rude. So that you spend money then and then everything seems to balance out and you go back to normal. So why are they working so hard still? And I guess it is for that future aspiration, like money. We will need money to go on holidays because you've got more people to pay for. Are you doing a poo? Yeah, she's doing a poo. Are you sitting forward to do your poo? I don't think you can see her. Put that in your mouth. That's a big one. She didn't wake up with a poo, so you've been holding on to this one. Let's pull you closer so Mum doesn't have to reach over. And I just think like it is inevitable. Like society pushes these ideas that children are really expensive. I don't believe that. I think children can be affordable, and I think there are ways to do it. But people think that you have to buy your children everything that they want, and I feel like that's when it becomes expensive. Whereas I feel like actually that could do more damage than good, because when babies are young and they just want love and they don't need things and they don't need expensive things, they just want you as your parents, and that lasts a really long time in their lives where they don't want expensive things. I do think that the only real expense are things like holidays and activities. Now they are expensive, but you can do loads of free things. Like we make the most of cheap and free things. We go on loads of mummy walks. We go to various like group activities that cost nothing to like very little. So it's really difficult to consolidate why they're working so hard. And that I shouldn't have given her the orange, because now she doesn't want to eat this because the orange is nicer and distracting. Open your mouth! Open your mouth! So it is it's such a downer, and like I've got a snotty nose. Whenever I talk on YouTube, I get a snotty nose. You doing more poo-poos? Take some of that. Yeah. Mum. It looks pretty. But it's not very practical. This little glass straw. And what's really funny is I am really happy. I am really enjoying motherhood. I am... No, don't push it away. Come and eat some of that. There we go. Shove it in there. I'm really happy. I have actually much better friends than I ever have in my life. I'm making real relationships now as a mother with other mums that I meet, and I think that's really important. And just for context, I didn't have a great time growing up at school. I experienced a lot of bullying. I experienced sadness, a lot of anxiety at school because I just didn't have those stable relationships. Even into uni, I did have friends, and I actually had a really good time at uni, but there was still bullying going on, which is actually so dumb and so ludicrous. Like, you'd think like people would grow out of it, but they don't. And it was all over a boy. It's just so stupid. And then because of all that insecurity growing up, like, do people like me? The paranoia about friendships. I didn't really trust anybody for a very, very long time. And then now I'm mum. My confidence level has changed. You finished? My ability to like set boundaries with people. My energy put into creating and maintaining relationships is much better. But that's all come because I have given birth. You know, like, that to me is the key difference here. I've got more confident. I've gained mental clarity. I've gained mental strength. And as a result of that, I'm happier and my friendships are better. And in that sense, I'm less lonely. But from my husband's point of view, I see him less. And maybe because I'm not working and I'm spending more time with my family, aka Solaris and Biggie, I want him to be a part of those things. And she's eating toast and she's like, what is this? What is it? Come on. So it is really rubbish in the sense that you don't get to see each other. He is making more money, so it means like we're going on a 10-night holiday to Egypt in a month, literally in a month. And I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be one of the best holidays we've ever had because 1, it's 10 nights, and 2, it's with Solaris, and 3, it's an all-inclusive, beautiful hotel, and we haven't done that in over 3 years. So it's really exciting. It is really exciting. And then you've got resentment that comes with the loneliness because you resent them for working so hard for something that you both want. Like, my husband doesn't want to be working hard. He wants to be spending time with us as a family, enjoying our family, spending time with Solaris, seeing her grow up. But at the same time, he wants to provide. And I do think that pressure is a bit intense. And he is ambitious. So when you've got an ambitious husband, which obviously, like, that's attractive to me. I'm with him because I like how ambitious he is, how hardworking he is. So all these contradicting things going on. I shouldn't have given her anything until I gave her the mush. It's a really difficult thing. And I find that something to just mentally prepare yourself if you're about to have a baby, if you have a baby. At the beginning, it's also busy. And this hasn't really kicked in until like month 6. So I feel like month 1 to 5, you are busy just learning how to be a mum, making those relationships with other mums, getting used to a routine, figuring out how to feed a baby, figuring out how to sleep a baby, how to look after a baby. Whereas now, I know all of that stuff. Like, I feel really confident as a parent, and I know how to feed her. What did I just say? I know how to feed her. I know how to put her to bed. I know how to kind of get on with my day. I know how to do things with a baby. So now I have more mental space to worry about my relationship and notice that he's not around and really miss him. I'm no longer distracted by all the other things that come with parenthood. No, we're not. Oh, you're a good girl. Stressful, the meat and toast. Num, 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 num. Num, 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 num. So, that's it. Parenting is very lonely in your relationship. Don't joke. No. It will get better. I'm sure it will get better. We want more children, so I'm sure it will only get lonelier. But I do think, from my own experience, it's really sad because society isn't designed to support families so that you can spend time together. It's designed in a way that you have to work really goddamn hard to support your family and never see them. So you spend more time working, making money, less time with actually nurturing and enjoying life, and that's really sad. And that's one of the reasons why I've actually started creating content, because I want to be present for my daughter. I want Sam to be able to work less. If I can make enough money to support us, then that'd be great. And that would really mean that I can work on my own terms. I can be creative in my work, but also maintain boundaries and all of those things. And I think that is the beauty of YouTube and TikTok. And I do have TikTok, so if you want to follow that, post on it every day. Do little vlogs, mini vlogs. So that's the plan, is to basically work really hard as a mum, work really hard as a content creator, so that my husband doesn't have to work hard, and so that we can just spend more time as a family and feel less lonely and actually talk to each other. Like, a really good example of what our life looks like is Monday. I'm out pretty much all day on a Monday, just like going to the gym, going to like groups or visiting friends. Sam's working from home. Obviously, if he's working from home, I still can't see him. He's busy, he's on the phone, so I can't disturb him. Tuesday, he's at work. Wednesday, he's at work. Thursday, he's at work. He leaves at 7:30 a.m. He gets back at 7 p.m. She's asleep in the morning. She's asleep in the evening, like today. So that's 3 days of the week. He doesn't really get to see her. And then Friday, he does get to see her a bit more because it's a Friday. And then at the weekend, hopefully, now this is a horrible thing to say, but hopefully we're not seeing anybody, because it means we can actually spend time together. And that's really hard for people to understand. They're like, but you see each other all the time. No, we don't. We hardly see each other. We don't spend quality time together. So the weekend for me is solely just for us three plus the dog as a family. And that's a boundary I've had to set. And now I get really anxious. Like this Saturday, he's out all day watching rugby. And obviously he needs to do that. We need to have a social life. He needs a social life outside of work. And I'm not angry at him or stopping him to go and do that. But I'm just sad that I'm going to lose a whole day without him. You know, like out of 7 days of the week, I look forward to those 2 days that we could spend together. But it's only going to be 1 day this week. So that's my loneliness rant. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope she finishes this food.